Welcome to today's practice. If you have a couple of blocks, you may want to grab those. If you don't have them, that's okay. You can still do this practice. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll begin in child's pose, so come back to sit on the heels, toes together, and then knees can be together or they can be separated. Walk the hands out in front of you, and then lower the forehead to the floor. We'll take a few breaths here. Remaining in your child's pose, walk the hands over to the left side of the mat, reaching forward or stretching the arms way above the head and then aiming the right armpit towards the floor. Walk the hands over to the right side of the mat. Left armpit aiming towards the ground. Aiming the hips to the heels. Breathe here. Walk the hands back to center. And then press yourself up into a tabletop position, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. We'll begin a round of cat-cow. So inhale, lift the tailbone, chin and chest. And then exhale, round the back, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale to lift the tailbone, chin and chest. And then exhale, round the back. Last time, inhale to come into your cow position. And then exhale to move into cat. Return to your neutral position. Begin to walk the hands out in front of you, lowering the forearms to the ground, lower the hips down to the ground. Elbows are slightly forward of the shoulders. Press the forearms into the ground, lifting the chest and sending the chest forward. Pulling the ears away from the shoulders, gaze straight ahead, and breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, send the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, press into tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll take a few breaths here to pedal out the feet. Maybe sway the hips from side to side. And then on your next inhale, begin to walk the feet between the hands. Bend the knees as much as you need to come into your forward fold. And we'll take a couple of breaths here. On your next inhale, begin to slowly roll up to stand. Moving into Sun Salutation A, we'll do 3 rounds, and then we'll do 2 rounds of Sun Salutation B. So inhale, raise the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, step back to plank. Knees can be on the ground or they can be lifted. Take an inhale in your plank position. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, press the hands into the ground, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here. On your next inhale, walk the feet between the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to stand, raise the arms overhead. Exhale, lower the hands down. Again, inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, step back to your version of plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here. Inhale, walk the feet between the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to stand, lift the arms overhead. And exhale, lower the hands down. Last time for sun salutation A. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale, walk the feet between the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to stand, raise the arms overhead. Exhale, lower the hands down. Sun salutation B. Inhale, raise the arms, send the hips back and down, chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take one breath here. Inhale, step the right foot between the hands to prepare for high lunge, or you can spin the left heel down to the mat and then raise the chest coming into your high lunge or your warrior one position, arms overhead. Exhale, lower the hands down, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take one breath. Inhale, step the left foot between the hands to come into your high lunge or warrior one. Lift the chest, raise the arms. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hands down, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, walk the feet between the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise the arms, send the hips back and down, chair. Exhale, come to stand. Last time, inhale, raise the arms, send the hips back and down, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, step back to plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take one breath here. Step the right foot in between the hands. Lift the chest, coming into warrior one or high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hands down to the ground, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take one breath. Inhale, step the left foot between the hands. Lift the chest, coming into warrior one or high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the hands, step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, step the feet between the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, send the arms overhead, chair. Exhale, come to stand. Separate the feet hip width apart. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. So option to hold on to the backs of the calves or ankles, or you can take peace fingers around the big toes and then settle into your forward fold. And take a few breaths here. Bend your knees as much as needed. Inhale to lift the chest halfway. Exhale, come to stand. From here, find a gazing point on the wall in front of you. Pull the right knee into the chest, holding onto the shin. So option to stay here, balancing. Second option is to take the left hand to the hip, peace fingers around the right big toe. Third option is to straighten the right leg. Wherever you are, take a few breaths. Last inhale. Exhale. Slowly release the foot or the leg and slowly sweep that right leg behind you, lowering the chest, coming into warrior three. Breathe here. Ooh. Grab onto a wall if you need to. Breathing here. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the right foot back and down. Raise the arms overhead, coming into high lunge. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Take a few breaths here. Last inhale. Exhale, spin the left palm to face the ceiling, reach the arm up and over, reverse warrior. Take a few breaths here. Last inhale. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Take an inhale here. Exhale, begin to reach forward with the left arm, sending the hand down to the shin or to a block. Keeping the chest open toward the wall in front of you. Gaze in front of you or up at the right hand. Breathe. Last inhale. Exhale, press into the feet, come to stand. Reverse your triangle pose. Lift the left arm up and over. Breathe. Last inhale. Exhale, return to warrior two. Take a breath here. And on your exhale, lower the hands back down to the ground, step back to plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, walk the feet between the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to stand. And we'll do that sequence on the other side. So on an inhale, pull the left knee into the chest, holding onto the shin. Option to balance here, or you can take right hand to right hip, grabbing onto the left big toe with the left peace fingers, balancing. or you can begin to try to straighten the left leg and balance here. Wherever you are, we'll take a few breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly release the shin or the foot, and with control, sweep the left leg back behind you, lower the chest, parallel to the ground, warrior three. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly send the left foot back and down, coming into your high lunge. Raise the arms overhead and take a few breaths here. Last inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. We'll take a few breaths here. Last inhale. Exhale, spin the right palm up toward the ceiling, lift the arm up and over, reverse warrior. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. And on an exhale, begin to reach forward with the right hand. Lower the hand down to the shin or to a block, triangle. Gaze can be straight ahead or up at the left hand. Last inhale. Exhale, press into the feet, come back to center. Right palm faces the ceiling, reverse triangle. Last inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower the hands down to the ground, step back to plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here. Inhale, lift the right leg, three-legged dog. And then inhale, bring the knee to the nose. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, send the right foot between the hands, lower the left knee to the ground. Raise the arms, coming into low lunge. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, send the hands down. From here, bend the back knee, grab onto the foot, If you need a strap, you can use that. We'll take a few breaths here. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the back foot down to the ground. Frame the right foot with the hands and we'll move into pigeon pose. So scoot the left foot over to the right foot over to the left side of the mat. Lower the right knee behind the right wrist and send the back leg down the mat. If your right hip is not meeting the floor, you can place a block underneath the hip or a rolled up towel. Option to stay here. Or you can, on an exhale, begin to lower down to the ground. And we'll take a few breaths here. On an inhale, lift the chest, and then step back to plank. Take an inhale in your plank position. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, lift the left leg, three-legged dog, and then send the knee to the nose. Return to three-legged dog. Inhale, send the left foot between the hands, lower the right knee down to the ground to come into your low lunge. Lift the chest, raise the arms overhead. Breathing here. Last inhale. Exhale, begin to bend the right knee. Grab onto the right foot, breathing here. Remember, you can use a strap or towel here if you need to. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the right foot to the ground. Frame the left foot with the hands and we'll move into pigeon pose. So shift the left foot to the right side of the mat. Lower the left knee behind the left wrist. Stretch the right leg back long behind you. Remember, if you need a block or rolled up towel under your left hip, you can do that. So option to stay here, or on an exhale, begin to lower down to the ground. We'll take a few breaths here. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Send the arms down by your sides. Palms can face up or down. And from here, inhale, lift the chest and hands. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the forehead to the ground. Take a breath. On an inhale, lift the legs. Forehead can remain on the ground. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the legs. Take a breath, and then we'll put the two together. On an inhale, lift the chest, the arms, and the legs. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, lower. Make a pillow with the palms, rest the head on the hands, and then sway the hips from side to side. Place the hands underneath the shoulders, press back up into tabletop, and then we'll make our way to a seated position. You can grab blocks here if you have them, and place them just kind of right by your hips. And we'll move into boat pose or Navasana from here. Hands can be on the shins, roll back onto the sit bones, keep the chest lifted. So if this is your boat pose, you can stay here with the tippy toes just barely on the floor. Or you have the option to raise the shins or straighten the legs. So find your version, and we'll stay here for a couple of breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, put your hands on your blocks, across your shins, and then press into the blocks. Lift the hips up and back. Lower, come back into your boat pose. Breathing here. Cross the shins, place the hands down onto the blocks, lift the hips up and back, and lower. Boat pose. Last inhale. Exhale, hands to the blocks, cross the shins, lift the hips up and back, and lower. You can move your blocks out of your way. And from here, bring the soles of the feet together. Pull the feet in toward the groin. We'll shake the legs out here. And then straighten the legs out in front of you. Pull your right knee into the chest. Hug the right knee in with the left arm. Right hand behind or beside the right hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Last inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Send the right leg out long. Pull the left knee into the chest. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Hug the knee into the chest with the right arm. Send the left hand beside the left hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Last inhale. And then exhale, come back to center. Straighten the left leg. And then make your way to a reclined position. Soles of the feet on the ground. Pull the feet in towards the hips. We'll move into bridge pose. So on an inhale, press the feet into the ground, tuck the tailbone, lift the hips, send the chest towards the chin. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the hips back down to the ground. Take a breath here. And we'll move into that bridge position again. So inhale to lift the hips, send the chest towards the chin. And then option to clasp the hands underneath you and then roll the shoulders underneath your body. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly lower back down. And we'll do that one last time. Inhale to lift the hips, come into your version. So palms can stay pressed down into the floor, or you can clasp the hands and roll the shoulders underneath you. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly lower back down. From here, pull the knees into the chest. And rock from side to side. Send the arms out into a T position, or you can make goalpost arms. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, let the legs fall over to the left and head can fall to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let the legs go to the right and the head can fall to the left. Taking a few breaths here. Inhale, come back to center. Send the legs out long down the mat. And then let the feet open out to the sides. Palms down beside, or arms down beside you, palms facing up. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Final resting pose. Letting your breath slow down and deepen. Letting each muscle relax into the floor. So this is where I will leave you today. Stay here as long as you need. Thank you for practicing with me.